trail note. Don't look up. It's always just around the bend. Never look up. Don't look up, because you will be disappointed. It was finally starting to warm up in Natural Bridges National Monument, and we were ready to take on another amazing hike to Kachina Bridge. To reach the Kachina Bridge hike, you're gonna have to drive on the scenic loop found in Natural Bridges National Monument. Now, important thing to remember about the scenic loop is that it is a one-way drive. So if you miss one of the overlooks you wanted to do, you can't just go back. You're going to have to loop all the way around. So we do recommend doing this loop in the order found on the map so that you don't miss anything. Unless taking the drive around several different times is your thing, then go ahead and do that. But for now, we're stopping at Kachina Bridge. Hey, Albert. We're going to go on another hike after we're done with lunch. Yeah? How do you have this much energy?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I just like hiking.
You just like hiking a lot. So this is the start of the parking lot in Kachina Bridge. And so Kachina Bridge, apparently you gain and lose 400 feet. So to get down to it, you gotta descend 400 feet. And then to climb back up, you gotta go up 400 feet. And apparently there are petroglyphs on the actual bridge itself. So we'll see if we make it all the way down. We might give up halfway. Who knows? So why would I say, like, if we decide we're gonna turn back around or not, or make it the entire way? Well, before this hike, we actually already hiked Sipapu Bridge and Horse Collaroo and Overlooked. So if you haven't seen those two videos, you should go back and watch them after this one to see what those hikes are like. But knowing that this is our second to last hike in this park, all on the same day, our legs were feeling just a little bit tired, and we knew that that climb back out was probably going to be pretty extreme. So we decided on this hike that we were going to take our time and see how our legs were feeling before we decided if we were going to descend all the way into the canyon. But spoiler alert, we actually do make it all the way down. So the first part of this hike shares the same trail for the Kachina Bridge Overlook Trail. As you can see, that this part of the trail is actually ADA or handicap accessible, which is really nice. So if you want to continue straight, you'll end up at that overlook, which we covered in a previous video. Once you turn left off of the main paved trail that goes to the overlook, you'll quickly see that you are now on a more primitive track, which will lead you down into the canyon and to the Kachina Bridge. Now, as you hike in this section, you're going to want to watch your footing, just like many of the other hikes located in this national monument. As you can see here, that the trail has some steps that they've kind of built in, but it is a little bit off camber, and you're going to want to make sure that you're okay with that, because it does get worse the farther down into the canyon that you do go. You are going to be climbing on kind of a shelf road situation, or shelf trail situation as it may be. And so you're going to want to make sure that you're comfortable with this part. If you're not comfortable with this kind of slick rock kind of tilting you one direction, we don't recommend going down, and you should probably just stay with the overlook. Similar to a lot of the other hikes located in natural bridges, you will see several of these pipes sticking out of the sandstone. These are here to assist you with the angle and keep you safe while you're hiking. So if you need to, like Everett, just put your hand on that rail to stabilize yourself as you hike down these steep areas. After hiking down a little ways, in the first section, you'll slowly reach this more level area. This level area has some wood across the actual trail, so please be careful because you can trip on these. Everett ended up tripping on one, and it was very sad, but he was okay. But just mind your footing here and watch out for those beams because they can be a little uneven due to the sand underneath. And this will actually lead you to the overlook before you start your big descent down into the canyon. Here's the first overlook that you will come to on this trail. It's really pretty and gives you a chance to decide if you want to continue down into the canyon, since you can see part of Kachina Bridge from here. As you start your descent into the canyon, you'll have several of these stair sections coming up. They're quite frequent on this trail. As you can see, the steps are pretty much on the shelf trail, and if you continue walking down, they're very uneven. So as I said before, if you're not good with uneven footing, this trail might be one you want to skip and just stay to the main overlooks. It's really not too bad going down. Going up is quite strenuous, but we'll get there. So let's cover some of the main points about this hike. Don't be deceived by the distances. This hike is extremely steep and considered strenuous. The trail descends about 462 feet from the canyon rim to the base of Kachina Bridge. Also featured besides the stunning canyon views and the sheer cliff edges are you have to be prepared for transversing wooden ladders, the rock stairs that we've just shown you, wooden stairs, and of course the switchbacks that are with those stairs as you descend into the canyon. It is an interesting hike, but as you can see here, it's extremely narrow in some of these spots, and you need to be comfortable with yourself and know your hiking abilities before you attempt this hike. Also, keep in mind, before we attempted this hike, we had completed Sipapu Bridge. If we learned anything from hiking in this park, is that the loop in the bottom of the canyon is the best option for you to pick to see all three bridges. You'll see what I mean when you start hiking out. After you've done so many of these hikes, after a while you're just tired of making a sense out of canyons, and trust me, if you've done it, you know what I mean.
Wait. Alright, let's go.
I think sometimes down is harder on my knees. Going up isn't so bad. That's more of my butt.
I don't even like flat. I like the armchair, but I like my recliner and the remote. Maybe that's a little bit much work because I have to change channels.
So once you get done with some of the flat switchbacks, which aren't really flat, but hey, we'll take it. You get to this point where you're walking down these stairs that are cut out into the sandstone itself and these bars that they have placed for you. We do recommend using the bar if you need to. They're not too steep in this section, so you really don't need them too much. Now you'll continue along the sandstone for a while before you reach the sign, which will tell you which way to go. Once you complete that slick rock section, you will finally see this sign. If you take the left, you'll go to Awachimo Bridge Trail, or if you go to the right, that'll take you to Kachina Bridge. Today we're doing Kachina Bridge. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you're doing that trail on the bottom, I'm guessing that these two connect right in here, and that'll take you to Awachimo Bridge. The trail continues on pretty much in the similar pattern that you're used to at this point if you've been hiking in this park. However, very quickly after this point, you get to the hard part. Trail markers, yep. We're going to that pole, right? So be careful.
Yeah, we're going to that.
We're only within 3 miles of the bridge. Oh, my legs are good.
So we're descending on the slick rock towards the pole, towards the bridge. And it's kind of steep.
Oh.
So watch your footing.
Oh.
And I wish I should be doing instead of talking to this camera. Once you descend on the slick rock, you'll quickly get to where this another set of handles are. And partway down, as you can see, wherever it is, there's a wooden ladder. You're going to want to be careful and turn around here like Everett's doing and go down like you would a normal ladder. Walking down forward is probably not your best idea in this situation.
Struggle.
This doesn't feel sketch at all.
Struggling. Still struggling. Whee! Hi. Still struggling. Legs are quivering.
Well, it is sketch.
Fear setting in. Oh my God, 16 more feet.
Jerk. Shut up.
12 more feet. I've never seen anything this complicated. Let's zoom in on that and get a close-up of... Oh, it's a 4-foot little ladder, guys.
It's steep.
Yes, watch this. Oh, oh, I'm good. Do. This with nothing to grab onto. Oh, that's what she can get me now. Whee, look at this. Watch how... Oh, are you ready? Whoa, whoa. I was pausing so you can show how smooth it is. La 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 la. Oh my God, it came on down. You didn't get that part. Look, pulling out of the rock. Oh no, they got a little tiny piece of We got a waltz out of there.
That makes you feel so super safe.
It's a 16-inch stick.
Obviously, if you're taller, it's a lot easier to get down on that ladder. Since Dane's about a foot taller than me, yeah, he made it look a little bit easier than I did. You know, short corgi legs and all. Engineer.
Structural and hydraulic.
Look how steep that is.
And mechanical.
That is steep.
That was the shortest, shallowest thing we've done all day. Out of all the ladders.
True. It actually was the shortest ladder. After completing the ladder section, you will slowly make your descent down into the canyon and you'll start to follow the river bottom all the way to Kachina Bridge. So let's give some details about Kachina Bridge that you probably don't know. Kachina is the middle bridge of the 3 bridges in Natural Bridges National Monument. Spanning the canyon equidistant from both Owachimo and Sipapu bridges, it is larger than Owachimo but smaller than Sipapu. Providing the canyons are dynamic, improving this feature rather than they are static, approximately 4,000 tons of sandstone fell from the inside of Kachina Bridge, opening in June of 1992, enlarging this opening as it has no doubt over many years done it time and time again. So how did it get its name, Kachina? Government surveyor William Douglas named the bridge Kachina when he found petroglyphs and pictographs depicting dancing figures carved at the base of the bridge. Douglas assumed that the ancestral Puebloan people who left the ancient rock art were related to the present-day Hopi people, and that the painted and carved figures represented Kachina dancers. Before Douglas, a local cowboy, Jim, named the bridge Caroline in honor of his mother. Before that, Cass Height named its senator. As you stand beneath the massive sandstone structures in this park, it becomes quite clear why these are special to not only the native people, but us today. Take time while you're here to admire the stillness that surrounds these natural features. So we are going to start heading back from Kachina Arch, and we're starting now. So there's Kachina Arch behind me, and there's some petroglyphs, you can find them. And we're going to start heading back up and see how long it takes us, so you know how long it takes you for slow, methodical, / out of shape people. Perspective, we are at the canyon bottom, are we not?
Yes.
We're at the canyon bottom. Please just look up there.
That's it.
All the way
400 feet up.
At that tiny little viewpoint is where, that's not even all the way to the parking area. So just FYI. So the bottom of the hike didn't take too long, and obviously you get to climb up this wonderful thing again. Oh joy.
Good to new steps.
So it's been about 17 minutes. And it is quite steep. They say it's about 400 feet up. And we're, I don't know how far we are up.
3/10 of a mile.
So here's kind of where we are right now. So that's about 17 minutes up for us, and so far we're live. Trail note. Don't look up. It's always just around the bend. Never look up. Don't look up, because you will be disappointed how far it's been, how much longer you have left. Just always admire the view. Admire the view, not how far you have left. And also, right now, my rating for this one versus Sipapu, this is way less strenuous. It may not seem like it at the moment, but it is way less strenuous because it has more switchbacks in the trail itself. So that does help a lot. So, and here's the current view. Isn't it pretty? After about 32 minutes, we finally reached this point in the trail, which is the final real last climb before you hit that paved trail on the way to the parking lot. And boy, was I excited at the thought of getting to sit my butt down in the truck. Woohoo! We are almost back to the parking lot.
36 minutes.
About 36 minutes to get from the bottom of the canyon to the top. It is a very long walk. I'm out of breath right now because I'm still walking up when we're literally almost there. But yeah, good hike. Tiring, obviously I'm out of breath, but it is definitely strenuous. So if you are not good with cliff edges, and if you're not good with ups and downs, this is not the trail for you. But it was fun. Next time on Legendary Trails, we complete the least strenuous trail that's located in Natural Bridges National Monument, and man, it was worth the hike. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you're not caught up in all of our adventures, you should click on the suggested videos. We hope to see you out on the trail soon. Bye for now.